Okay. All right. We are live. We are live. I'm so excited about being here today to share some stuff. We got so much going on. So do I normally introduce myself and then introduce you? Melissa, it's been so long. How do we do it?
It's been so long since you did a live. I don't know what you did.
Oh man.
That was
Okay.
what, about 4
Okay.
5 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Hey, y'all, we got a lot to talk about, and I'm on a basic plan on this StreamYard, so I'm going to hurry up and rush the information before they cut us off. So, man, welcome to our show. Normally, we do this on Tuesdays and Thursday. It fell in my lap, and I'm rusty as all get out, rusty as a nail. So I'm going to attempt to facilitate our thing. So welcome, shout out to everybody that's pulling up. I think we got like 0 right now, but that's okay. You guys can always catch the replay. Nobody knew that we were still active. So let me introduce myself. I am Tony Clopton. We are going to attempt to share some information about what's going on in the economy, some new stuff we got going on, and we definitely need to recharge and refocus our business. So my name is Tony Clopton, like I say, and let me introduce my co-host. She is none other than Melissa Coach King. We call her the 800. She been throwing this little 800 credit score in my face for a time now, and I'm getting danger close, and I'm excited about it. I can't wait because I'm gonna come out with a new song and everything. But Melissa has been one of my longest teammates, associates. She's definitely a coach. She definitely keeps me going. We get kind of bounce ideas off of each other. We definitely want to come on today to share some information about what's going on in the economy and what's going on in our lives. But no, definitely I want to just give you praise, Melissa, for just being in there with me this long, man. And I'm telling you, man, I'm so rusty. I don't even know where to start. So I'm gonna let you take it over from here.
How is it? I end up having to take over, even when I was excited about being a scrub and sitting on the passenger side.
Oh no, you got to do more than that because you more analytical than I am. I'm the hype guy. That's all I do.
Okay, hype guy. Well, first off, let me congratulate my partner here, Spencer Clopton. And you know, I didn't tell we've been on this channel for so long. They may not know why you're a professor.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah.
So this is Spencer Clopton. He has been my money guru for the past 10 plus years. I watched him make money moves, studied him, and then I tried to go in and do the same thing. But he's the professor for a reason. That's because he has his PhD in money. What does that mean? Did he get his degree from Princeton? Nope. Did he get his degree from Harvard? Nope. Did he get it from Yale? Not at all. He went to the School of Hard Knocks. And like I always say, it's easy to get in, but it's hard to get out. Graduating, and you didn't graduate and soon cum laude.
Ooh.
You know, I love to mention that he has like this mansion that he bought during the pandemic that's equivalent to Zamunda, if you've ever seen Coming to America. So this man right here, he made power moves even when the rest of us is around here trying to figure out how we gonna buy groceries. He right here buying houses and stuff. But anyway, yeah, he been my mentor for a while here. So I want to congratulate the festival. Now, was Tyler born yet when you started your YouTube page?
Yeah, she was. Oh, you know what?
Because you've been trying to get to 1,000 for I know a good 20 years now.
Hell. And I finally reached it today. I was so shocked that I actually got over to 1,000 subscribers, man. So shout out to me.
Look, let me give you the slow clap.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I had a button down here I could have used. He
He
can't even sing.
finally did it, y'all. I've been trying to help my fellows over here get crossed up. Oh, see, even the basic package got applause, don't it?
Yeah.
But he been trying to get over that hump for that 1K, and then he fucked around. And not only did he get over, he had 1.8. So he
Yeah.
almost hit 2K.
Yes.
And you don't even know when it happened, do you?
I don't even know when it happened, but it happened.
But see, that just go to show as long as you keep plugging away and being consistent, because Lord knows you'll throw a video out there every 5 minutes. You would think they was paying you at your job to make videos as many as you put out there. And
Right.
they're always entertaining, but they are informative too. So he didn't figure out the combination, but yeah, I'm looking for him. Probably next month you'll have about 100,000 followers.
I hope so. Hope so. People are starting to take notice now, and that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to be back on his channel for a change. We're supposed to alternate, but anyway, we ain't even gonna worry about that because we over here today.
Yes.
And
yes.
so what else? I know you got some big things going on. You got some family stuff that's going on, and
yeah,
let them in on it.
So as you said, I actually got over to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube page. I actually hit 11 years in my econ this month. This is my anniversary month for my econ, so that's awesome. Let me get a boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got 11 years, and I said, man, that's something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't even work a job that long, and I've been in business for 11 years with my econ, and I said now is the time for us to start ramping up and start talking about what we offer, because people out there struggling. This economy, y'all, this new economy is something serious.
Yeah, I am one of those people that I ain't never stayed on a job for 11 years. So I have been doing this longer than I've stayed at one set job, So I got to slow clap my own self for that.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, because I'm used to, like, I've been in the same field, Lord have mercy, for going on 30 years. But I usually move around a lot. I started this business in 2015 after stalking Tony virtually. And it's 2026. Still here.
Yep.
And it's funny because Tony and I were talking earlier today, and we were talking about like all of the things that then came and went, and ups and downs and bumps and bruises, all that stuff. But one thing that has been consistent is if you stick to the formula with this business, you gonna be a winner. And I was telling them today, I was like, Tony, we got to go back live, dude. We got to start back doing something. I can't go back to not being a business owner. Oh, that ain't what I really said. I said I can't go back to being broke. But I can't go back to just being a W-2. We got to get back on here. And this is the perfect time.
It is.
And I'm going to tell you what motivated me. I love this time of the year. And I know you love it too this year. This is graduation season.
Yes,
I love graduation season because you see all of the people who didn't put their work in, and they finally getting that opportunity to walk across their stage. Their mom and dad out there in the audience showing out. Now, what's going to happen the day after?
Yeah.
You don't know. But for that one day, you the star. You the woman.
Yeah.
So I got to thinking about, all of the graduates and stuff. And I'm like, it's so many students, whether they graduate in high school, start in college, or they graduate in college to get their first big boy job. They don't know how to manage money because all that education do not teach you the money things that you need to know that we've learned through the business.
I agree.
So this is like the perfect time to start sharing information, teaching them so they won't be like I was 40 years old,
Yeah.
trying to fix some credit.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you are in your early 20s, or even if you're in your late teens, this is the prime time to get on top of the money. Learn about investing, learn about compound interest, learn about credit reports. We
Yep.
ain't know none of this stuff.
Absolutely. And then that's another reason why I'm so excited about this time of year, because my daughter is actually graduating from high school this year. Oh, let me find my little thing. I got dog it. I can't. Yeah. I'm gonna wear that out. I'm gonna wear it out, y'all. But that's another exciting time for me, is my daughter's graduating, and not to mention she turned 18, and this a couple of months ago I actually went and set up her checking and her savings account, and I'm working on her passport, and then I'm going to give her a membership, because I think she wants to go into tourism and hospitality. So we all have a travel membership inside of our company. We have the credit repair inside of our company. So I'm going to be teaching her that this year, instead of her going out trying to find a job. I want her to tap into that business mind that she has, because she's been watching me and Melissa and her daughter for a number of years, and now she's 18. She can have her own My Econ business, so she can start building and understanding how to manage her own money. Because what's the first thing most people do when they graduate? They get a boatload of money. They get a couple of $100 here and 25 here and 30 here, and they get all of that money put in their account. I want to show her how to invest some of that money, so when she needs it.
Exactly. I don't know what I was listening to. I don't know whether it was somebody I was talking to or somebody I was listening to that was talking about they had a kid that was graduating, and you know how they gonna get all of the money, the gift cards, all that stuff. And they were going buy a $1,300 watch. One of them winning, because true enough, you've earned to splurge a little bit.
Right.
But at the same time, after the graduation is over, anybody gonna be cash apping you like that.
Right.
So while you got it, learn how to stash a little to the side, and then keep, have fun with a little bit of it. So, and that is so perfect for her, because let me tell y'all, this man right here and his wife, they are some traveling souls. Now, when you said passport, I was thinking passport. That girl done been to more countries than I've been on Earth.
Yeah, the only thing about that, Melissa, once they turn a certain age, that passport is no good. So you have to renew it, for a current age, So
look, that lets you know mine ain't got now, because I ain't even think about it. I've been meaning to get with her dad, because like both parents have to sign off on the whole if they're under a certain age. Right. But she get her real big girl passport.
And guess what, Melissa? I'm going to get her to show her that's going to be her first business expense as operating under My Econ umbrella, and all that money that she's going to get. I'm like, hey, come on, let me show you how to spend it and how to use it wisely, to do stuff that's going to benefit you later on down the road,
Exactly. But that she built for this. She's used to traveling. She know what to expect when you're traveling. Kia already got that business mindset that she gonna make sure y'all got the best experience for the best price, and I'm sure that's rubbed off on her too.
Yes, it is definitely going to be a family affair here. I'm so excited about her next chapter, because I don't think she realized, even her going to college, she don't realize that, starting a business on the side while you're doing it, it's gonna put you ahead of the game. There's a lot of stuff that we didn't know when we went to college. We were racking up student loan debt and credit card debt. A lot of that stuff she gonna already understand, and she can kind of get over those hurdles. You know what I'm saying? We done already took the bumps and bruises, so now she can start off on another level.
Look, bumps, bruises, been in the ICU, been on life support.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you just and it's a lot too. Like, I remember I was asking you the other day, like, is she excited, blah, 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 and you like, I don't think it's the healer yet. And that's exactly how it is. Because I remember thinking back to what, 30 some years ago when we were graduating high school. And it was like you caught up in the moment, but it don't really hit you that like, I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So like it's a whole nother experience. But yeah, one thing about it, our parents could only teach us what they knew.
Right.
And what they knew was work hard, pay them bills on time, or deal with the consequences.
Right.
If you got a family, take care of your family.
That's right.
And that was good. But now we're in an age where, you got to start investing. Lord knows, I got my first big girl job when I was like, you hear echo?
No, you good.
Okay. I got my first big girl job when I was like 22. And when I say big girl job, I mean I had options for 401k, all that type of stuff. I didn't know what it was. And when you that young, you thinking, they're gonna be taking money out of my check. I need my money. I can retire. I ain't gonna retire for another 50 years. Let me get all of me. But see, we didn't know what we can teach them now. That look, if you go on and start working on that 401k at this age,
right,
when you get our age, you can retire.
Exactly. You know what? I ain't going to lie. You got to think about, people look at my econ. That's a home-based business, but it actually, for me, it put me in position to invest money for her. She probably got a little over $50,000, $60,000 in investment account that I pull from my econ strategies. And not to mention the credit repair inside of my econ. It taught me how to create her as an authorized user so her credit can start building. And it's like, man, even say the parents right now, a lot of them, they tend to go and get the kids cars and laptops and computers and probably setting them up for apartment living and all of that stuff. As parents, we can be getting tax deductions for that as well, and if you don't know this information, which we try to share, the money that you're losing can also be a gain if you have some type of business to write it off, and you'll be able to get that money back. So I think this is the perfect time of year for parents to be thinking, Lord, a lot of them thinking, Lord have mercy, I'm gonna have to go get this big loan to pay for their first semester, or I'm gonna have to have money to for a down payment for the apartment or the college fees and books and stuff. You got to start thinking as a business owner, and not as a parent, but as a business owner, how can I use some of this money that I'm going to be spending out to get it back,
Right, because, there's another thing, we learned with this business that if your child is under 18, you can hire them as your employee and they're not subject to Social Security and income taxes or federal income taxes. So here's the thing, though. Now that she's going to that next level, that deduction for you is kind of moving to another side. But with the information that you taught her, you won't have to spend less taking care of her as a college student than you would had you not done it. You know what I'm saying?
I can actually work it 2 different ways, because really, she's still my employee, because I have her doing marketing and she's helping me fly my drones and stuff for content creation. So I could still pay her a wage, you know what I'm saying? Because she's an employee of mine.
That is taxable now.
Yeah. So it can work both ways with that, man. But for her to have her own membership and she wants to go into hospitality and tourism, I thought it would be perfect for her to have her own My Econ membership so she can start learning how to broker deals for some of her friends. Everybody goes like for spring break. A lot of her friends gonna probably want to travel to Atlanta or Miami or wherever they go, and she could be the plug. You know what I'm saying?
Writing off her lifestyle. Teaching other people how to write off their lifestyle.
That's right.
Teaching other people how to keep their credit straight so they're not giving away money on interest. So you want to be what is it the Bible say? Ain't no Bible quote. But you want to be the lender and not the borrower.
That's right. That's right.
That compound interest works both ways.
It does.
If you are a credit card holder and compound interest is adding up for you on what you buy, then you feel it from that direction. But if you are an investor, then that compound interest also works for you in a positive way because you loaning them your money and they got to pay you for it.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? People always ask, why do you all do these type of businesses? And you have to think about it. Your why has to be bigger than your I. So I'm looking for my daughter. I want to make sure she good because I ain't going to lie. I work in a factory for 27 going on 30 years, and I didn't want that lifestyle for her because most kids tend to follow, what their parents do. And I just want to give her a better life. I had to do something different than just going to work every day and punching a clock. I wanted to show her business ownership, how you can, you can use your own gifts and talents to push you further than just a normal degree going to college. There's nothing wrong with college, and everybody ain't made for college,
Right.
But I want to show her a different way on how she can get profitable off of just her being herself.
My thing too, and believe me, I do understand college is an important step. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's don't focus on college, but what I've been trying to make sure that I help her understand is even when you go to college, you should have a business on the side. Find something that you are good at, that you enjoy. Some people are blessed with natural skills. There's always in school that one person that can braid hair. I want her. But they kept a steady income because they were able to do hair. Then you got people who maybe do nails or something, and they got that side hustle. So the idea is there, but the good part about what we're teaching them is, we're teaching you a side hustle, but we're teaching you a IRS compliant side hustle. Right. That's gonna bring you in money while you're studying to make money.
That's right.
And I just want her to that's why one thing I appreciate, during the pandemic, Tony and I took our girls and let them start a business. Now, they were at first they were all hyped into it from the thought of being a business owner. But my biggest thing that I wanted them to walk away from with it is you can do it. You can have a business of your own. They were 10 and 12 years old at the time.
Right. Yep.
And we went through all the steps. They were there every step of the way, from boxing it up to making the business cards to mailing it out, So for some people, they might look, that's a pipe dream to start your own business. Mm-hmm. Well, they did it at 10 and 12. Now, did they become tycoons behind it? No, but they got the experience. If it were to come up again, it's not going to be foreign to them. Because some people, you have those people that always wanted to do a business, but they're like,
I can't find the right business.
Yeah.
I don't know where to start. Yeah.
Or it ain't gonna work, or it's gonna end up costing me more than I make. And you talking yourself out of it before you even get started. Mm-hmm. Now, do I suggest going out there like a real pipe dream? You're gonna start building airplanes? Come on now. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But don't completely write it off just because you don't know anybody that's ever done it before. Personally, or something like that. Yep. And that's the case a lot of times. If people can't put their hands on somebody that they know have done it,
I'm gonna add to this. Most people tend to do what's comfortable to them, something that they're used to. Think about it. Most of the teachers that we went to school with back in our days, when school was out, they would go find another labor job. It was never a mall. It was labor and more labor. And people got to realize a business, you using your skill set, your talents, your gift, and you can make money off of non-labor stuff. It's non-traditional. I think that the economy has changed. Technology and AI and marketing and advertising is so plentiful. You got to think outside of that box of going to work physically putting your hands on stuff and driving across town and traffic and eating lunch and snacks and all of that stuff. Find a business, something that you're passionate about, and you can make money and get profitable just operating as a business owner.
Yeah, and you brought up a good point. As much as I fuss about the downfalls that technology has created, some of the things that I'm not happy about, you brought up a good point. Back in the day, if you were going to start a business, you might have to rent a billboard. You might try to have to get you a spot on a radio commercial or a TV commercial, and that was going to cost you a lot of money. You may have to go from door to door. Now, you can operate a multi-million-dollar business on your cell phone and then right off the bill.
Let's talk about my econ. I'm on the basic plan now, so we ain't got a whole lot of time. So let's plug in.
With the basic plan, it only give you like an hour or something.
Something like that. I know we're getting real close, so we're gonna tighten it up a little bit. So this, I say this thing is about recharging, refocusing. We're having a conference in Atlanta for our My Econ business, and we have to share this, man, because we know this is a solution to 1 million people's problems, and we're just two people that try to share this information to the people that we know. And of course, you guys can share this out. But let's talk a little bit about My Econ strategies and and everything that we offer. You want to give them a little bit about it, Melissa?
Sure. The company has, oh Lord, how many years are we at now? Did it been around? Is it 20 years now?
It's 20 plus. It's if it's not 21, it's close.
Okay, My Econ is a financial success company that was started by two co-owners, Mr. Harvey Stokes, Mr. Alvin Curry. Both of these gentlemen had a background in business and finance, and both of them came from humble beginnings. Two country boys, one from Mississippi, one from Georgia, but they took what they knew, got together. I don't know how old they were when they got together, but now they have a multi-million-dollar company. And what they decided to do, and we thankful for it, they took the information and knowledge they had and created a business in a box. This business in a box teaches you everything that you don't learn in school that you need to know about money, taxes, credit, all the things that we kind of been touching on being a business owner. A lot of us, all we know is W-2, meaning you go, you work for somebody, they give you a check every 2 weeks or once a month, you pay your bills, they give you 2 or 3% raise once a year, and you're going to do that on and on and on for the next however long until you retire or die on their job. So these two took what they learned, and like I said, they created a business in a box. This business comes with your own website. So Tony and I each have our own website where we can refer people to get information. It comes with a cash flow manager, which is a tracking mechanism, because it's two things you need in order to be a legitimate home base or a legitimate business, period. You got to have an attempt to make a profit, and you have to keep good records. So part of keeping good records is this cash flow manager system. So I'm telling you, they took everything they knew and simplified it down. And dummy proofed it. So this dummy right here could figure it out. Like, all you need to know in order to keep good records is who, what, when, where, and why. So they have a system set up where you just plug in. It keeps if you are consistent with putting that information in. Now, the system don't come with a mechanism that's gonna reach in your brain and pull it out. You have to, at least put the information in. You can use your phone, take a picture of your receipts. It's not anything that's brain surgery. So it comes with that. It comes with a credit repair system, because they also thought of, if you're starting your own business, one of the barriers that is in a lot of people's way is their credit. They might want to try to do some things, but their credit is bad and their interest rates are high and And that's when you start hearing, well, let me get this paid off. And then so anyway, they took all of those basics, taught us how to update our W-4s, um, taught us what a W-4 is and what it's used for, because I didn't know. I knew when I started a job, they gave me that slip of paper, and you had to put down how many dependents, all that type of crap. So they took all of that, put it in a understandable and sellable package. So not only did we start the business, and I know you're thinking, well, because I was thinking the same thing. What is the business? The business is teaching financial success and financial education. So the information we're sharing with y'all now is us working our business. Now you see why we've been doing it so long, because all we gotta do is talk.
Yeah,
We
that's
talk.
absolutely right.
We share the information. We give you access to the websites. We give you the why it's wrong to do it this way and right to do it that way. All of that information is not, and they say knowledge is free, but it ain't free. Not when we didn't print it up and put it in a package for you like that.
Mm-hmm.
And as a motivation to share the information, you get an incentive for anybody who decides to join the business. Now, you may have your own business already. Like I said, there are people who are good at braiding hair. There are people that are good at doing makeovers, like they do the makeup artist thing. And they already have a skill, but they may not have the background information on how to get the most out of their business financially, and how to make sure they got money coming in during the year and not waiting on a tax refund like it's a Christmas gift.
Right.
So, I'm not going to go on and on, but that's in a nutshell, is like you always say, the business in a box.
Mm-hmm.
How you choose to use it depends on what you want to do with your business. That's why our company is called My Econ, because it's about my economy.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Tony, we have two totally different situations. He's married. I'm a single mom. He lives in a house. I rent. So even though our situations are not exactly alike, we can still take these same principles and get what we need to get out of it in order to be successful. Because the biggest lesson I learned from having this business is, because people always want to ask you, well, how much money you make from doing it? What your checks be looking like? It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep.
That's right.
So having this business has allowed me to keep a lot of money that I was spending as a W-2 employee. While now that I'm a business owner with a 1099, I get those deductions. So I get that money. I get to keep a lot of that money. And you know what they say, a penny saved is a penny earned.
That's right. Melissa, I think you probably put that in the best way, better than I could have. And to piggyback, I'm going to say this, and to see if this makes sense to anybody out there, is that the fact that the system is going to make money off of you not knowing something, you're going to always continue to lose. And I think that when I got this information, it felt like it was the missing piece of my puzzle. Going to work every day, working sometime overtime and not seeing the money on my paycheck, waiting on a refund check, like Melissa says, not knowing that a refund check was me overpaying my taxes, not knowing that my lifestyle can be a tax write-off. All of the stuff that I'm spending money on, I could have found a way to get it back at the end of the year. So the things that you don't know is what's going to hurt you. And this business has enlightened me and countless others about how to improve our lifestyle, our finances, and to share it is just a bonus. Some people wouldn't even think about sharing it. But man, for me to know this information and not share with my brother and my sister, my coworker, my church member, that would be selfish of me. I've shared a lot of stuff that didn't work. I'm telling you, just recently. I mean, I definitely I'm willing to take the hit first to see if it's going to work. But I know for sure that these financial biblical principles that are in this membership works 100% of the time if you work it.
Right. And you don't, if you're not at a stage where you want to be complete, business owner, meaning you don't have a regular 9 to 5, hey, go for that too. But like for Tony and I at this point, we're hybrid. We have a job that we have to punch in for, but we also have a business. So those two things are still working hand in hand to keep money at the house versus money that could be going out. Because I mentioned before, we're doing this. I'm using my cell phone. Because my cell phone is used in this part of my business, I can write a portion of that cell phone bill off. Mm-hmm. Now, I can't write the whole thing off because I use it for my personal use too. But those are the type of incentives that business owners, and I want y'all to keep this in mind because we so quick to say, we can't start a business. That's not for us. That wasn't made for us. I want y'all to be more careful about how you define us. Because as for me and mine, it says that as long as I am following the IRS publications, then I get the same benefits as these bigger businesses. No, I'm not, I don't even know a lot of rich people. I'm not Bezos or whoever, I'm not that person, but I can take those same benefits he gets. It's on a lot smaller scale. But I can get write-offs too. And because my lifestyle is not as big as his, it's going to feel the same to me.
Absolutely. That's right.
He might go out and spend $1,000 on the dinner.
Yeah.
I go out and spend $10.
That's right.
If I get to keep part of that money,
same thing.
Good as he do.
It's the same difference. Absolutely. That's a good analogy. You got to look at it like that, man. You gotta stay in your lane and work your little money just like he worked his big money. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because in a way, people who have more money can sometimes be more careless. We've all heard about, actors and actresses who have gotten into money problems, or athletes who, they didn't come, all the fame doesn't come with that lesson. It's almost like you're taking a 50-50 chance that you can trust whoever is over your money. We over our own money.
That's right.
We've learned now I'm not a tax preparer, but I know now how my taxes are calculated.
Right.
I did not know that before the age of 40 years old. And I'm not trying to say it. I didn't know.
Hey, get in the game. We ahead of the game, Alyssa. And I'm gonna tell you, just having this knowledge and being able to pass it down to our kids, man, they're gonna be so far ahead of us. And that's what I'm really excited about, man. I got so much that I want to pour into my daughter, and really anybody that's willing to partake, because you got to be willing to really receive this information. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you ain't like, man, that little thing ain't gonna work, and I ain't got time for that, I ain't got time for you either. I can be doing it for myself, but anybody that's willing, I'm really I got a heart.
You said a mouthful. You got to be willing. So I'm gonna put this out there. You got to be willing to put in the work. Now, we're not out here going door to door asking people to join my econ, but at the same time, there is still personal work you have to put into improving your finances. If it was that easy that all y'all had to do was say, okay, I'm gonna sign up today, and then y'all gonna have all of this stuff come automatically with no work tomorrow, then you know how many people will be doing it?
Right.
Look, if I could add up all of the people who I introduced this business to, they thought it was a good idea. They jumped on board. Luckily, with this business, if you decide you don't want to do it anymore, you can quit at any time. And that's exactly what a lot of them did.
Yeah.
Because they didn't understand what they had, or they weren't willing to put in the work. So if I say I'm going to share information with you, that don't mean I'm going to come over your house every day and hold your hands and tell you what you need to do. I'm going to show you where I found it. And it's going to be up to you to do what you need to do to make it beneficial. Because again, it's my economy. It's your economy. I can't tell you what strategy to use to make your business successful. We may not even be doing the same thing. So yeah. You gotta be willing to put in the work.
That's right. I gotta say, you said it's not easy, man. But if you hungry enough, you're gonna find the right answers. And you know what I'm saying? If you come to me, I'm gonna make sure you get everything that I know. And if I don't know it, the founders are so upfront and honest and humble with their information. You can call them anytime. We got their number on speed dial. So
Yeah.
you know.
Yep. I was on a call with Mr. Stokes, co-founder, last night. He was doing a Zoom.
Yeah.
It was about 13 people on there, but he said, "Hey, Miss King, this man got millions, and he know my last name and my first name."
Yeah. Great guy.
If Bezos, who all can say Bezos know their first and last name? Or even care enough to give you the link to get on a call with them when they talking about money.
Yep. So look, y'all. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all ain't in, y'all need to get in this weekend. It's too late for y'all this weekend. We're gonna be down there soaking all this knowledge in. I'm gonna tell y'all, once you go to a conference like that with multimillionaires and they pouring into you, man, I'm gonna tell you, it's an enlightening feeling to be able, an empowering feeling, because I'm gonna tell y'all, hey, I've increased my income a couple of digits from last year, and this year is not over. It's just the beginning. And like I said, we recharging and refocusing this weekend, and I'm telling y'all, be ready. I'm gonna light you up when I get back for sure.
Yes, and you know, Tony, that, like I said, we gotta put the work in. So I was telling him today, you got to keep me accountable, man. Make me. I done paid for this darn StreamYard, and it ain't no light change. And it's like, okay, if you want to pay for it and don't use it, StreamYard don't care.
They don't care.
They don't care.
We got your money.
So we gonna try to make sure we hold each other accountable and come out here and talk to y'all more about it. You probably get sick of it because we say the same thing every week. But here's the thing: somebody might be on here next week that went on here this week. It's gonna be their first time hearing the information.
Yeah, and somebody could catch the replay, because I'm telling you, when you put stuff out, people may not show up today, but tomorrow their ears gonna be wide open. You know what I'm saying? So hey, I'm good whether it's 100 to 1,000 people. I'm gonna still deliver.
Right. And if you know me personally, when I say I've been doing this going on 11 years, that's a testimony in itself, because Lord knows I can quit some stuff. I can quit a diet. I can quit a job. I quit a marriage. I ain't got no problem walking away from stuff.
I heard that.
I've been here for going on 11 years.
That's good. That's awesome.
That's a record.
It's a record. But Mel, be ready. Hey, we'll come back on Thursday. I think tonight I want to see what's new. I think we're going to be having some new products and some new systems inside of the membership that can really help you get your business off the ground and running. I'm gonna tell y'all, if you do not have a My Econ membership, ask us about a link. We'll share our information out. It's like a 3 to 5 minute video to share all the information we've been sharing tonight. Definitely, we can get you locked in. The price points are real low. You don't have to pay $1,000 to get into this multi-million-dollar business. You can make it whatever you want. Like I say, the business the price is so low, you're gonna be like, man, I thought it was gonna be more than that. I'm telling you, it's a shocker. So let's get plugged in. Let's roll.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna see if we're gonna show up again next week. But like you said, the conference this weekend, that's one thing I really enjoyed about this from the beginning.
Yeah.
When I first started, you know, and they were telling me about Game Changer, which is the conference. They used to do it like every quarter, I think.
Right.
But I went to my first one after I had been in the business maybe 2 months, and I hadn't really been in the business. I had paid for it, but I wasn't like understanding it completely. So that's another thing. If you come in and all this sound like, it be like that at first. But I went to that first Game Changer, and I'm the type of person, I don't go to sleep and zone out on you at church. I don't care who's talking. My mind be gone. These conferences, I am like zoned in, because everything is so relatable, and then it can apply to me. And I like, we talking about something that ain't for me. They talking about the people that got, no, they talking about stuff that apply to me. And the atmosphere is so positive. And like you said, you might be sitting next to somebody that's making 10 times what you make, but it don't matter because all of y'all are there to learn about this and apply it to your economy.
That's right.
Don't even worry about all that.
That's right.
So yeah, because Tony make probably about 20 times more than what I do.
Stop it.
I'm glad he just let me sit next to him on the screen with his basic StreamYard.
You man. Stop. But look, hey, I want to thank all of you out there and those that have not showed up tonight. I want to thank you guys for showing up, and please share this out, man, because hopefully we can share some information that can help somebody. If it's not for you, maybe it's for somebody else. Like I say, we got the credit repair, we got the travel membership, we got how to get a pay raise on your current job, we got how to structure your lifestyle as a business, and we got mentors in this thing. So definitely want to lock in with us. Ask me for a link, ask Melissa for a link. We'll definitely get it out to you. But hey, let's finish this thing off with my basic plan cuts me off. You know what I'm saying? Melissa, do you have anything you want to say before we take off?
All I want to say is this was a good recharge and refocus. I needed it. My batteries was low. I needed a fresh pack.
Good.
I'm hoping. I ain't gonna be hoping. I'm positive that I'm finna get back in here and do what I need to do. Cause life be life.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna challenge all of y'all to, if nothing else, ask us for a link. We ain't gonna worry. If you don't want to do it, just don't even worry about it. But give it, at least hear what we gotta say.
Absolutely.
And congratulations to baby girl. Yeah. I'm excited. Like that's my baby graduation.
Yes.
And congratulations on your 1.8.
Yes.
Subbies. Yes. I'm excited about that. So everything looking good.
It's coming up. We coming up. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
All right. Good night. I ain't got no intro, so we're just gonna cut you off.
Yeah. Unless you gonna sing them something. And I think you probably better just hit the button.